Hi, welcome to Kweshunga. My name is Penelope Sanyu and I'm your host for this show. I am so excited that you chose to join us today. I am delighted that we're talking about things that make my heart melt, like friendships. You guys, so many people have been writing to us and telling us, why don't you do something about navigating adult friendships? Why don't you find some people who have made this friendship thing work? Why don't you just bring someone to talk about how we manage conflict and how we deal with all these adult things that disturb us? And I found the perfect crew to navigate us through this sailing. So I will have them introduce themselves in a very short while, but if you're joining us for the very first time, Kweshunga is your space to be inspired, to play, and to live. And today, we are not just going to be inspired, we're going to play, and we're also going to find ways to live life in a very, very amazing way. So join with me, everybody at Kweshunga, to welcome our guests. Very, very, very welcome. I will ask them to introduce themselves. I don't even know where to start because I'm like, this Kebi is going to be too sweet. So I will start here. I'll start with Brenda. Please introduce yourself. Tell us what you do and how you know these random people that we are sitting with.
Okay, so I'm Brenda Anena. I'm a general surgeon by training, but otherwise an oncoplastic breast surgeon.
What? Did you hear the English, you guys? Please go on. I would bite my tongue trying to say that word.
I work for Uganda Cancer Institute, but I currently live and work in the UK at Luton and Dunstable Hospital, where I've been for 1.5 years. And we are talking about how we know the crew.
Yes, how do you know these people?
So the glue for me, for this crew, is Effie, who will introduce herself soon. And we met maybe 8 years ago, or around there. Yes.
Okay. Effie, your name has been mentioned, so we can skip and come this side. Who is Effie? What does Effie do? Don't say that English I can't pronounce again because the word. But by the time we are done, I will know how to pronounce the word. So Effie, please.
Hi everyone, I'm called Effie, like you have heard, married to Awan, Mr. Msinguzi, Hannington. What else would you want to know? I'm an event planner. I love creating beautiful spaces, let it be home or functions. How I know my crew? We met in different places, but for these two, we met in a dance class.
Dance class.
Yeah, and I think we hit it off when we tried to get to understand each other, and then we saw that maybe we could root out a friendship. So slowly by slowly, that's how we met. And we get to understand each other. Yeah.
That's very interesting because sometimes I go to dance class and either girls are taking selfies or people are showing off what new gym wear they have come with. Like there's no interaction really. For me, usually I go in, dance, go away. It's interesting that you managed to strike an 8-year friendship and wow, we shall get back to that. So yes, my dear.
Thank you.
Over to you.
My name is Janice Businje. I'm a professor of education. And I work at Kampala International University.
Yes, I'm seated next to a professor. I might graduate before I leave here.
I'm an educator by training, and that's my passion. But in administration, I serve as a Deputy Vice Chancellor at Kampala International University. I've known Effie for 8 years, and like she said, we met in a dance class, and the energy just matched. You meet somebody and you just want to continue interacting with them. Yeah, so it was about the energy.
Interesting. So energy, let's talk about energy because you ended with energy. So I want to talk about energy. How do you guys navigate the energy around your friendship in the midst of all these conflicting priorities? You're a surgeon, you're a vice chancellor, you're into events, you probably hardly see each other. How do you manage? How do you navigate? How have you kept this thing going for all these years? What's working for you? And I'm sure it's different for each of you, but what's really working? How have you made it spicy and good? Feel free.
Okay, so I'll go first. I think partly it's the glue. We have gotten to know each other.
Yeah.
We've got to understand who each person is. We spend time trying to understand what each one is going through. We check on each other, and then being random, really. Yes, just waking up and saying, today let's go and drink wine because it's Monday.
Yeah.
That's how partly this friendship started. Let's drink champagne because
Guys, are
we
you
can.
adopting? I'm a champagne person. Adopt me so I
Because
drink
we
wine on
can.
Monday.
Yes, so things like that, and then getting to know each other's family, caring enough about where another person is. So that's, I think, how we've managed to do this. Yeah.
Interesting. Anything, Janice?
I think it is, for me, it is understanding whose energy is where. So you know that there is a loud one, you know that there is a very enthusiastic one, you know that there is a laid back one, and then there is a one who stabilizes, kind of the stabilizing factor in the group. Like when you're all going haywire, then there is a he who comes in and says, guys, like chill.
Yeah.
This is not going to work. Yeah. And then you all agree that it is not going to work. So it's understanding each other's energies and matching those, and then not putting each other's energies down, but trying to lift each other in their own way, but kind of maintaining it at that, in that way.
So in terms of lifting each other, there are so many people out there, I'm sure the viewers will attest, that so many people claim that female friendships, don't tell me about women. Me, I cannot be in a friendship with women. That's recipe for disaster. That's recipe for gossip. That's recipe for so many bad things. What's your take on that? Especially considering you have brought together so many people in your crew.
At first, I had a problem with female friendships, actually. I was not okay with friends, especially female friendships. So it has not been an easy journey. I've lost friends along my journey. But also, I put my friends in prayer. And I always ask God that, please lead me to the right people and the right circle of friends. Yeah. What I have today is what I prayed for. People that I can connect with, people that I can celebrate with randomly. People don't think that since Brenda is a surgeon, she's showing off. Since Janice is a professor, no, we're not in a competition. Yeah. We are moving with life day by day. You check on each other, you celebrate each other's birthdays, each achievement. No matter the distance, you're there, you stand with each other. We in a group also have had challenges. We have had times where, oh my God, she's dying with depression, or someone doesn't know what to do about a situation. Yeah. And everyone keeps bombarding you with calls. You get, and that keeps you together. That I can't leave this person. They stood with me in this tough time, in this moment. Yeah. They're ready to listen, not to judge you, but to stand with you in each gap than being judged. Because most female friendships, you create a bond, both of you, and most of them, you become friends with. I'm a friend to Penny, and then Penny will take her friendship and start gossiping with another person. And this is what I love about us. If we are to gossip, funny enough, we'll get ourselves as a crew and gossip about Penny. So,
God, please don't gossip about me after after this show. Please do not gossip about me.
We've also tried bringing in other crews, but you get to a point and say, this energy won't work.
So how many people are you in this crew?
We're 6.
6 with one gentleman.
Yes.
Tell me about that. Why do you have a man in your crew? And because there are stories I have heard, and me, I like stories because I'm a storyteller. So I have heard stories that you see women who have a man in their crew, they've either slept with that man, or they are looking for ways to run away from their husbands, or this man is pimping them with other men out there. There are mob stories. How is it that you manage, all of you, to be around this one man and you're comfortable around him and he fits in the crew? How is that working?
So the one man is very necessary in this crew. I think this crew would fall apart if the one man wasn't there. So he's kind of like the sober mind, the one that tells us chill, like Janice said, chill. Yes, you're going where he's brought us, like you go, maybe you're out and you want to take 200 pictures. Women want to take millions of selfies. And he says, I'm taking one. So it's some of those things. And then he's a people person. could say that.
So it doesn't matter that he's a man. It's you don't see that his gender does not matter. It's he's our friend, and this is how we see him, and this is what the contribution he brings to the group. That's very rare.
And he's like a brother. Like in the group, if someone has a problem, like you have a problem at midnight, you know that you're going to say, Ian, please, wake up, get out of bed and go, and you're the guy in the group. And he'll wake up and he'll go. And where we are not able to pitch in, he pitches. And he just is like a brother that is just on the side of each of us to say, no, here, sister, you're making a mistake here. Please come back here. Okay, you go. And that is a very nice thing to have.
Have you guys had a fight? A bad fight where you're not even talking to each other in the group? And like, has there been a fight in your crew?
No, we have had arguments. We have not had fights. And they're developmental arguments. We have had arguments, and these arguments end up into that one person still coming in and saying, you know what? This one, no. There's a time I got a crew, and I was bringing in a crew. They love filtering me. I am the Kasomba view, I think, of the crew, because sometimes I'm like, maybe guys, this person, rubbing shoulders, and probably they can fit into what we are. Then I bring in, and everyone is like, you're the one who brought this person. You see, they will point fingers, but of course, at the end of the day, you find ourselves choosing each other again. And I have learned that. It has taken me a journey. It has not been easy. So that's how we are. We continue adventuring into life. Let it be travel. That one guy, we are less on something, he is going to be there. He will pitch in. We don't need to hustle about things. So, and most of our friends have commented about it. Let it be on WhatsApp, Facebook, or Instagram. But what is that guy? Personally, I've known Ian for 30 years. And I think 30.
Oh, wow.
Since I think we're
Guys,
young.
that's my age.
So we...
You're so young.
I know, I can't help it.
We've been school buddies, we've been home buddies. He knows my children, he knows my home. He's welcoming. So, and he keeps us together. He keeps us sane.
So, Brenda, if we talked about choosing each other, I know that, look, I'm an adult right now. And I can tell you that sometimes it's exhausting keeping up with people, because people wake up and they want to send you voice notes. And when you don't listen to them, it's a problem. Then people want to send you messages and you must respond. Every time, as an adult, there's an emergency that's beyond you. And you work in the surgery life, as in, emergencies are emergencies, and then some things you look at and you're like, you'll be fine, child, sit down, I will deal with you much later. I want to talk about the idea of choice in your crew. Are there times when you have chosen, you as Brenda, to walk away from disagreements because you're choosing your own peace away from the entire group? Like, the group can die, but I will be peaceful. This one, I won't engage in it. Is there a time anything like that has happened? And how do you get yourself to a place like that? Because your friends will judge you.
Yes. So it's, I think, more than once. Yes, I have walked away. Sometimes I've asked, do I need this? One of the things that I appreciate as a person is that humans are hectic.
It's true.
Being human is hectic. And then women are even more hectic. So sometimes you're not even clashing on anything big, but you're clashing on ideas, really. It's a conversation is driving you to the point where it's not even that conversation, it's another one that happened before, or one that's about to happen that you foresee. So sometimes you just choose to be quiet. I think I have left the group before, more than once. I think I've left more than one group in all this. Like she said, she adds people, and so I have left more than once. But then other times you just zone out a little bit. The beauty about this group is that no one is out there waiting to judge you. most of the things that happen are not very personal.
Yeah.
No one is going to try and say, because you shut up, you don't care.
Yeah.
So that's how we've always come back. And for me, that's what works. That's why I generally come back.
And it takes also knowing someone's heart to get to a place like that, to know Janice doesn't have bad intentions. It's maybe today they are not in a good mood. I'm going to ask you a different question, because there are some people in your crew that have children, and the question I want to ask also in building trust, because that knowing someone's heart and trusting in your journey, in building trust, have you encountered a time where one of the crew members' children has confided in you on something, and you're torn between, do I tell my friend or do I just manage this as auntie? I was watching Firefly Lane recently, and this best friend of this character just decided to take the daughter of their friend to get contraception without telling their mom. That's a very big step, yeah? But we know that our children are going to come to any of us as aunties and uncles to talk about certain things. Have you encountered that? If not yet, how would you navigate that path? Do you tell Effie that the daughter has come to you or the son has come to you, or do you deal with it as auntie and say, I will deal with Effie when it ever comes out?
I think we have reached a point where, one, we have introduced our children to each other,
Yeah.
and they've come to know, and we had this over Easter,
Yeah.
to introduce to them, to say, look, these are people in this group. If you ever have a problem and you can't call me, you can call them.
Any of them.
Because I trust that as parents, as a mother, if my child ever had a problem, there are things that I appreciate,
Yeah.
but they may not be open to telling me.
Yeah.
But if they can call Auntie Effie, or if they can call Uncle Ian and say, Uncle Ian, I have an issue. I know my mom is going to get mad, but please, you come in and help. Then I would appreciate that so much, because I know that I'm protected and my child is protected. All I want is good for my child. So if they can have somebody that they can open up to, then I would be excited about it. That they have developed also, they see how that extension of trust from me to my friends and then to them, because that's how we grew up in our different homes, and that's what we are trying to create for our children. To know that there's a circle of friends where I know that if my mother might kill me, but Auntie so and so is a little bit so. My daughter tells me, Aunt Effie has vibe. If I have anything, I shall just go to Aunt Effie and I'll tell her if you can't listen to me.
Yeah.
And I appreciate
And
that.
that's good,
Because I know then that in case of anything that is out of this world, where she knows I'll probably, squeeze her, then she has somebody that she can open up to. And I mean, who wouldn't appreciate that in this world where, children need somebody to talk to.
Yeah.
So for us, we've reached a level, I think, where we understand the issue of trust, and we treasure it, and we want it to extend to the next generation, to know that I have a circle of friends,
And this
and
is
then
how
I'm
you
building for the future, for my friends also to have a circle of friends in that space where they can be safe, and then they will be handled in a safe manner.
Yeah, I love that. I love the passing on values, because, I mean, some of us are still riding on our parents' social capital because they made such good friends, even though they never gave them finances, because then money man was not a currency that was very common. But we are still riding on our parents' social capital. You go to the village and everyone, hey, mwala gundi, mwala san. So, everybody's, but they don't even know you. They know your parents. And Effie, with trust comes communication. I want you to talk about communication in your crew. How do you guys handle communication? Because most of the silly fights start from miscommunicating or tone, or, just like I said, I sent someone a voice note and they didn't respond, and, so how do you guys communicate in your group? Because it seems you've mastered this thing. You've mastered the art of relating. And as you talk about communication, also educate us, because us we be there admiring you, who watch you. You have organized successful group trips. My guy. There are so many groups out there that you start 30 people. Yeah, we go to Bali. At the end of the month, you're 15. Now it's time to buy the ticket, you're 5. Then on the day of going, you're alone, the one who initiated the thing. So how have you managed to communicate well as a group, but also how have you managed to pull off group outings? Yeah.
Since you're talking about communication, I'll start with the one main thing, which is WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Which has been so helpful because first we have Brenda. Brenda doesn't live here, she lives in the UK.
Yeah.
So the best way is to keep communicating on WhatsApp. Let it be the smallest of things.
Yeah.
We will keep it there, we'll chat about it, or you will find it there. If we go silent, because there's a time when we will go silent, we will have someone saying, it is loud out here or in here, what is going on?
Yeah.
So everyone pops up with something.
Yeah.
So we have managed it that way. WhatsApp has helped a lot, but we also do group calls. Once in a while, we'll do a group call and then we'll keep it flowing. Someone has an issue, they'll throw it there and we will handle it as a group.
Yeah.
It's not a matter of going behind, let me say maybe Rita's back and then you'll start gossiping about her. No, she will throw it there. Now, if you want to judge, that is your problem. Normally, my son says, that's your cross to carry.
Yeah.
So that is your cross to carry. You want to talk about it?
Yeah.
That is it. But we keep it there. We keep it locked. We keep on communicating like you saw us today.
Yeah.
Getting here. Where is this person? This one is here. If I am pissed of anything, I will place it there.
Yeah.
So it's up to you to either take it in or just leave it. Yeah. So we have kept on like that.
So these guys have introduced characters, and I want you to take note because I'm going to bring those characters here. They introduced Ian, they introduced Rita. We are going to bring these people along. Please go on.
So that is how we have kept on going. We will always call on each other in case of an issue, in case of a problem. But we also do hang out once in a while.
Yeah.
We are busy people. We all live in different places. So normally when we are together, that's when we'll catch up more.
Yeah.
We'll have the dinners, we have gift giving, and everyone is supposed to do it. So
to bring me gifts.
well, so we are supposed, whether it is 1 week before and it has been decided, it shall be done.
Yeah.
Whether Mildred carries plasma, she will have to buy the
Another
present.
gift,
Yes.
Mildred.
So we have things that we have put in place that keep us together. And we have, let me say it's a culture.
Yeah.
We have those cultures and we shall say, yes, we have to celebrate the birthdays. It is a must.
Yeah.
No skipping. If it's having that one half a slice of cake, we shall have that.
Yeah.
But we have to celebrate the person, whether you're away or you're here. So recently, I'll give an example of Brenda.
Yeah.
She actually tossed my brain out because she was in the UK and of course you expect a birthday message and stuff, but she sent things over and that takes a mile. Mm-hmm. It takes thought. It takes time for someone to think of you and, you know, just pass on, your intention about me and what we are and what our friendship is. So we keep the lines open, and which keeps us going. With the group trips, it is a must. We try to argue, but when it's up there and we say, this time we're going to Seychelles, we shall go. We have to look for the money, and we have budgets and we have timelines. We are not rich, but we have to have fun. Life is short. Mm-hmm. Let's visit these places. We take time. We put time frames and we say that, okay, where are we going this year? Yeah. And everyone puts in what they can put in. You look for a place. No, this is expensive, this is high. But of course, with budgets, we run them and we see ourselves getting together and making it happen. Of course, I have tried the bringing in of crews, like Brenda said, and you bring in, you find it, this one is dropping off, this one is dropping off, this one is dropping off. Of course, with time. Of course, as you hear flashes of, she's showing off. We are supposed to do this, but why is she doing this? Yeah. So with time, we got to know that we have those people that have got your back. Yeah. They will stand in the gap. They will do top-ups if they have to do them. Yeah. If we have to sleep in on deck as to make sure that we are, let me say, in Bali, we will do it. because life is short. But we are together, we are making memories, and in all this, we want our children also to learn from this. That is not all about staying in the office and making the money, but enjoy it.
So who's the finance manager in this crew? Because that's the one I want to make my very good friend. I see you're the mobilizer, you bring everybody. And then Ian is the voice of reason because, you know, he's the one who says, calm down, calm down. Who is managing the money in the group? Because money is a difficult thing, you know. One of the things that I have seen fail is even with group trips, is, oh, we are all contributing 500K for fuel. Then we sonda our 500K, then we give it to Brenda, then Brenda gives us a car. No, Brenda gives us a car, and in the middle of the trip, the fuel is over. Now we are contributing again. So who do we beat? How do we start beating this person, and why is Brenda not being faithful? I want to ask Janice about accountability. How do you hold each other accountable in this group? Because communicating is one thing, but there's also calling out bad manners and saying, lero efi ochisusiza, sit down. You know, how do you call yourselves out? How do you hold yourselves accountable in this crew?
So for accountability, I think we have reached that point where we know where somebody has done something that really requires you to account. So if, for instance, you're supposed to be paying money for a trip, we'll call each other out on the group, like, please, so and so. And we know the loudest voice for doing that in the group. Like, we'll be like, please hurry up, like time is running out, and nobody will take offense or feel judged. And then if somebody has any issues around, you know, mobilizing resources, then they'll be like, they are also open about it. There is no hiding to say, you know me, let me just keep this problem to myself. No, if you're still mobilizing, be like, Banang, I'm still mobilizing. I still need some more time. So there is that openness that allows for accountability to happen, and there is no judgment. So if you find it, you find it. We set a deadline, we say this, you find it. If you don't find it, you're able to communicate about it. And that helps a lot with accountability. And if there is money that is supposed to be paid, it is this. The bill is there, the invoice is there, it is divided. If you have all gone out, it is a bill, it has come. All of you know that you're supposed to chip in. Nobody's going to break any other's back. But in case one is also hard up, we are not going to push you to say, no, you must. You just chip in and because we are also not so needy. Like we can chip in for each other whenever that moment arises. And we are able to do that without judging, also without putting the other person down. You just know, today, okay. So sometimes somebody just decides to say, okay, let me take care of the bill. The whole bill. And that is also okay. Then another time another person can take. So it depends on that day. But we are all, openness helps with accountability for most of the time.
And maybe just to say that we've had days like, when we've had other people join the crew, and some of them have come with the thing that you guys have money, okay, and Effie is usually the first to just say it's okay. But it's not okay. It's not okay. If you've come out, you've come to have a good time. Like I said, champagne on Tuesday because we can. You really need to come with the wallet that says it's champagne on Tuesday.
It's not going to be 20K.
Sometimes she will insist on, she would want to like chip in and maybe avoid embarrassment. But we've had days when we've said, don't pay. And let's see what they will do. That has, I could say, ended some friendships because we've put her, sometimes we've had to put our feet down and just say, you're not paying. And Ian does that quite a lot. I have done that, and I said, let me be the bad one. You are not paying that bill. And some friendships go like that. So that's how we manage. Like Jenny said, we try to make sure that everyone is comfortable enough, but that we are accountable to each other, and we are not breaking each other's back.
Because it's supporting one another to see that we are all at the same level, or even surpassing one another, because we can't sometimes be at the same level. I mean, we are advancing in different areas of our lives, and it's important for us to just keep cheering each other on. Now, before we invite Mildred, Ian, and Rita, I just want to, I know that some of you out there have given up on friendships, you've given up on female friendships especially, and you're out there thinking, me, I can navigate this life alone. I'm a lone ranger. I can manage this on my own. I just want these beautiful ladies to just leave us with some piece of advice on friendships and navigating these adult friendships from how they've experienced their own friendships. So I'll start with Brenda. What advice would you give someone out there who's at the verge of giving up on friendships, or has already given up, or is just tired and saying, look, tonyumiza mikwano nze nakowa. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm also in our team. No one, you don't need as many people.
Yeah.
And one of the things I know is everyone needs people.
Yeah.
So each and every one of us needs someone. So you learn, a person needs to make sure that they have people. You need your people.
Yeah.
And those people are not just for the good times, they are for the bad times, and they're just for life, to do life together.
Yeah.
So you try to also give it time. You need to give it time, give friendship time to grow, get to know your people well. Like we said, people have families, people have their spouses.
Yeah.
I keep joking with Effie that her husband thinks I speak a lot of sense. And it amuses me because sometimes I think he thinks I speak more sense than I actually do. But that's what you need to do.
Yeah.
Give it time, give it a chance to grow.
Yeah.
And you remember at the back of your mind that you need people.
Yeah.
You cannot carry all your crosses on your own.
Yeah, that's very powerful advice. There's an African saying that African women or women give birth with other women. So you can't just be there pushing a baby alone. No, you're surrounded by a circle of people, and building that muscle is important in navigating life, because Owange, you can also manage on your own alone, but it's a difficult life. Who wants the bad life when there's a good life surrounded by people? Yeah.
I think for anyone out there struggling with friendships, it's just to understand we are social beings. Like to sit and just on a Sunday evening and chill with my friends as they drink their wine, they always tease me. I take water and tea. So they are always like, banange, that's a total loss. And I tell them I'm already vibed up. I don't need like other additives. Yeah.
Energy.
So to sit with them and just talk about and release stress.
Yeah.
Because life is so stressful. The children are stressing on this side. You have all these issues that you're dealing with. Work is stressing on this side. You're looking for man on this side. And then you have a group of friends where you're safe, where you know anything can hit the table and you are safe.
Yeah.
You'll not find it on the streets of Kampala, like most friendships do, female friendships. You'll not find it at your workplace, rolling on the floors on the red carpet to welcome you at work. But you're safe. Like, I know that what I say in this group shall stay here. Then I am able to say exactly what is stressing me and then find solutions. Because at the end of the day, you don't just throw it there. You'd be like, if we don't find a solution, it will be a voice note. Banang, the problem is still happening. What do we do? Voice notes, WhatsApp calls at 6 a.m. in the morning. Hello, please, I still have this problem. What shall I do about it? So it is having that space, and everybody needs it for our own mental health, for our well-being, to have people that you can travel with and vibe your own things, and they appreciate you. Dance your own dance moves, whether they make sense or not. They vibe with you and they let you be yourself. Everybody needs that. And you need to find your space and circle and choose them carefully. Like, picking stones out of millet, if I should say. Choose them carefully. Yes. And then when you've arrived, then treasure them. Understand where each of them is coming from, then make the circle bigger, get your families in, let them know that you have those friends who are taking care of you, and then you're good to go.
No, I love what you ended with, the treasure them, because sometimes we build up to that point. We build from, I have met people, we have, our energy has connected, now we are together, but I'm not investing in them. Someone once told me that it's not a hobby if you only do it once a year. Because a hobby is something you invest in every now and again, right? So if your friends only see you once a year, and that's the intention of their only seeing you when you just decide, me, I'm showing up only once a year. You don't show up for the group outings. You don't respond to the WhatsApp thing. So why are you there? But yeah, so it's important to invest also. Invest time, invest money, invest everything that you have to grow this relationship and grow this friendship so that it's thriving and it's something to be admired. Effie, what advice do you have for people out there who are seeking to get into friendships, have gotten out of friendships, are dealing with heartaches from friendships? Biona.
Probably I'll start with heartaches with friendship.
Yeah.
I'll say, pray about it, let it go, let it loose, throw it in the dustbin, move on. When you've let go of something, there are those who can't, but I know you can, just let go and move on. Because there's life after that friendship. There's a reason why it has ended, and there's always a purpose why some things happen. Don't cling on to things. That's one thing for me.
Yeah.
Another thing is be true, be loyal. If you love, love. If you want friendships to grow, let them grow.
Yeah.
Let's not go on beating around the bush with trying to find friendships behind other friendships. Because at the end of the day, you need someone to lean on. You can't do life alone. You can never do life alone. You need someone that you can knock on the door at 3 a.m. in the morning, 6 a.m. in the morning. Me, I stress them actually. I stress my people. Yeah.
We need to meet this Ian because really.
if an issue arises and you have that group of friends that will call you, let it be for a cup of tea.
Yeah.
Even if it is one-on-one, you have counted that they have been listening, they know what you're going through.
Yeah.
So just be accountable, be intentional, love your friends, have time for them. You don't have to judge. There's no reason to judge anyone because we are all not perfect at the end of the day. So just be there, stand in the gap and live life. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I like that Effie has talked about prayer like 3 times since she started talking, and I think it's a very good anchoring foundation for building good relationships, like grounding them in a higher deity and knowing that I can pray, I can take this to God and I can hand it over to Him. But also I'm not just choosing random people to be in my life. By the time they are coming and walking into my life to be with my family, to be with my children, to be with my friends, they are people God has chosen for me, and I am building this knowing, watering it, investing in it, knowing that it's a God-given gift that I have to nurture. How do I say thank you to you ladies for giving me your beautiful time and for teaching us? Oh my God. I know that we're going to take a small break and come back with the other names that were mentioned. But while we wait for those names to come, thank you so much, Effie. Thank you, Janice. Thank you so much, Brenda. I will continue having conversations with you because I feel like now I need to learn how to pronounce that thing that you mentioned at the beginning, and the vice chancellor here is going to first help me understand how I improve my academics, and then my birthday is coming up, so madam here might decide to throw me a free party. That's free kalango really. But thank you so much. It's been Kweshunga. Till next time.